How's it going, folks? I am Graham Boyd, Xbox Live's AC Bongos, and welcome to a very, very special Xbox Live Game with Fame. We're going to be playing Forza Horizon 3 today, which, of course, as you know, is a game about having fun in amazing cars in beautiful surroundings with your friends. So who better to join us than the team from the Grand Tour?
Yeah,
I'm delighted to say.
Hello, everybody. Hello. I don't know where I'm looking, but there.
Yeah. All over the place. We're on the internet. It doesn't matter. So, of course, we've got Jeremy Clarkson, we've got James May, and we've got Richard Hammond
Who's
with
in a
us in the
wood?
studio.
Yeah, I wasn't concentrating. I wanted to have a look
Look,
in
I
here.
keep telling you, Forza Horizon 3, you can go wherever you want to go.
I wanted to go there.
And look, you're still racking up points.
I meant that. I meant that. That's what I wanted to do now.
Richard, I thought you'd had practice at this in Los Angeles.
Can I just say, first of all, right,
Yes.
I'm impressed that you three have already had a go of this in the last sort of 45 minutes before we came on stream. I was a bit worried that wasn't good timing for what I'm about to say.
No, it was perfect. It was absolutely.
You were just about to say how good we are when Richard Hammond drove our
Moving
really
on.
rather good mission into a tree.
No, I think we'll have some good gameplay here. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to go through a lot of challenges. We've got bucket list challenges. We've got a rivals mode specifically for the Grand Tour that you'll be able to play yourself.
Have I won?
You are winning.
I'm just noodling about it.
Yeah,
It's on the road. There's a road there, Hammond.
Yeah,
Now, slow down.
I'm off it. I'm off it.
No, that's
I'm
good.
back on
You
it.
saved it. Look at that, it's
There you
perfect.
are. There you go. Now you're off the road.
Hang on.
No, turn right here. Turn right here. Turn
You're
right
putting me
here.
under
Turn right
pressure.
here. There you go.
It's an amazing sat nav. Right, let me just get a couple of things in first. Okay, so obviously we're playing Forza Horizon 3, because you can see Richard's in the driving seat first. We're going to get Richard going on a bucket list challenge soon in a Mazda MX-5, which I know is a car very close to your own heart.
Yes.
Yeah, and also close to some statues, often as well. We are going to go through the Grand Tour Rivals event, which is live on Xbox Live now. If you've got Forza Horizon 3, you'll be able to go in there and take part. And if you're watching on Beam and Twitch, thank you very much for joining us, first of all. You can also send in your comments and your questions to the team here, and we'll read them out on there.
ridiculous.
Sorry, James May has just reversed faster than I've ever seen him go anywhere.
Where's the break?
I've seen
When
that
James
one.
plays a computer game, you want to look there, but
Yeah.
then you look here.
Yeah. Why have you grown exactly the same beard as Hammond?
Because I admire him so much.
Yeah, I don't
And you
mind
drive
it.
exactly the same motorcycles.
No.
No,
You
they're all
do.
red.
You have an orange one, and they're the same. Those little Vespers.
Oh, yeah.
No, they're not the
No,
same.
mine's a
Well-
300, his is a 125.
Well, they're the same. No, I don't. They're motorcycles. You both drive motorcycles.
Well, you were supposed to go left there.
No.
Don't worry
He was.
about
I
our cars, it's
decided he
fine.
was.
All damage is cosmetic. We're all good. Just watch out for trains, because that can often end badly.
You're not in our club, the little beardy club.
Oh, and there's one other thing as well. Sorry, if you are on Xbox Live, you can send a friend request to the Game with Fame gamer tag, and you might actually turn up in the game as well. You're playing with us or as a drive avatar. You guys know all about that.
So when you send a friend request,
Yeah.
it's not like a friend arrives at your door.
Yeah, they knock on the door there.
Hello.
There's a queue outside
I'll be your
already.
friend. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good way of making friends. It's
Well,
fun.
they've done well
started
to
yet?
find it because it took me plenty of time.
Yeah, it's a
Great.
tricky one.
So is that the brakes?
James May's crashed
Is
into
that
the back of a
brakes?
Mazda 3.
Yep.
Where he'd been pressing brakes until he had the accident. Then he
Family out
claimed he
for a
didn't know
nice
where the
drive.
brakes
They were just going out for a picnic, and
were. He was
ran
jogging along,
the-
brake, had an accident.
is
Oh, where are the
brakes,
brakes?
Okay.
Right, we should
Are we
start
starting
here.
now?
Before we get into the bucket list challenge, I do want to quiz you on your gaming credentials first of all.
Yeah.
Very bad.
And I actually see we've had our first question in from Twitch. It's from MythMath.
Hello,
You guys
MythMath.
know. So, do you play video games yourselves? Is it a big part of your lives?
You do.
I do.
I
You
play.
do. You kill things.
What do
and
you
race
play,
things.
James? Come on, let's hear some.
Snakes
play-
and ladders.
Yes, Scrabble,
draft.
Boggle, Draft, and Whittling. Come on, James, I'd love to hear.
Well, are you going to let me speak, or are you
Ping
just going
pong.
to tell me? I play
Ping pong.
Sky Gamblers Air Compact is when I play a bit.
I don't know what that is.
Sky Gamblers, it's an internet.
No,
Aerial
video
combat
games,
game.
not downloaded little app things.
No, it's
proper-
not. It's a video game on the net that you play against other people from around the
Do you play
world.
that, really?
Yeah,
Do you?
I do. Yeah.
Have you ever
Occasionally.
played
What's your game
played
name?
him around the
What's
world?
your game name?
James.
Fluffy. It's
Fluffy.
fluffy.
It's
Was
fluffy,
James
isn't
not
it?
taken already?
Yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah,
James.
of course he
yeah.
was. He's never played a video game in his life, as we can see here.
I don't know, that was a
no,
pretty
I do
confidently
quite
delivered
like. I
answer.
do quite like video games. I've got all the Call of Duty ones, obviously, and
What
the,
is it about
the other
that you
ones.
like?
The
like
sheer
killing people.
Unadulterated violence, exactly. No, I mean, I do like choosing my weapons. I always go for the largest possible machine gun. Yeah. Well, no, because you can always, some people go for those very fast firing, you know, the fast firing thing. No, get the big squad automatic
Avoid
weapons
him.
and run around and
Fine.
And I mean, motor racing games, obviously. I've got the other one. Not the one, you know the one I mean.
Well,
Yeah,
yet.
Gran Turismo. So
That's
I
a
used to be
T-J.
quite good at that.
Which way do I go?
I actually once did a thing on the old show when I did set a time at Laguna Seca,
All right.
and then went and did it for real in the same car on the actual track. And that would be a useful anecdote if I could remember where I was
can't remember
faster.
how it worked either.
I can't remember whether I was faster in the real car or faster around the track. I think I was faster in the real car.
Right,
Somebody can probably say, no, you weren't. I remember seeing that. But I think I was faster in the actual I think it was an NSX.
Okay.
Video games for me are a bit like football. I didn't follow them as a kid. I didn't do it as a kid, so I sort of got left
We didn't
behind.
have them as a
now,
kid.
Well, no, we did.
What, video games? Yeah, there was that, yeah.
Yes, you won't remember that, but that was tennis.
Hey, that's very kind of you to say. I think you were addressing me
Oh,
there.
well, no, the audience. You remember?
I know you suckered me in there.
Yeah, you had hair.
I do. Well,
Well, I used to have a really
I
good...
never did, so I
I had a really good video game where you were in a jet fighter, actually flying quite high, which made it quite good. You could swoop down and bomb things on the ground. I can't remember what that one was called. It was a single-player game. That was the only drawback
There was
to
a
it.
Star Wars one
10
on
years
an
ago.
Amiga computer where you went.
And the Bond
right,
ones.
yeah.
You remember the early Bond ones? I used to love those from EA.
GoldenEye,
games.
things like that?
Yeah, they
Oh,
were
that went well.
fantastic.
but tell me about driving games. I mean, obviously you know all about cars
No, but
and
what's
all about
incredible?
driving.
What's incredible about these driving games is just before everybody tuned in, we had 10 minutes practice in a Lamborghini, and I said, no, forget it. These two, contrary to James's claims that he does, they don't do this. I said, it
I
does
don't
make
do this now. I'm not
it
claiming
does
I
make
do.
a huge difference.
Yeah, no,
You
even
really-
I could feel straight away.
You can.
Yeah.
There is a huge
was his
difference
fault.
between because the temptation is always to go for, you know, the most exciting and fastest supercar. But actually, if you want to learn the game, you've got to start. That's why we started off in a GTR because
Like real
it
life,
is-
what you really
yeah.
want is a hot hatch, isn't it? It would be
Yeah,
much
you
quicker.
should start off with a hot hatch. And what's unbelievable, I remember
ST.
driving a Dodge Viper in a video game. It felt just like a Dodge Viper.
Crashing was a lot
Unmanageable-
easier.
Yeah, unmanageable, difficult, tail happy.
Yep.
It's remarkable how they do actually get
Why did he do that?
some of the characteristics from real cars that show through on this, because we're one of the only 3 people in the world who don't live in the Middle East who have actually driven most of the cars that you'll encounter on this. And you can actually genuinely feel the difference, and they do handle like the cars that for real.
Yeah, there are characteristics that are recognisable.
Let me set up. I want to get going on this bucket list, if you don't mind, Jeremy. I want to get, and we can set the.
Jeremy gets his look on his face with his page. See, we were laughing at James, and there's a bit of orangutan action there. It's his look of absolute contentedness.
I noticed he certainly hasn't given me the controller,
No, he
so.
won't. You'll have to fight him for it. You'll have to fight him for it. You'll need a hammer.
This is a man on a mission.
I did find it interesting that we started off, before we started the stream, we had a Centenario set up, right? And the reason we went with the Lamborghini Centenario, it's the cover car of Forza Horizon
Yep.
3, okay? And it's obviously incredible.
It's quite a device, yeah.
But you guys suggested the 2017 Nissan GTR.
Yeah.
Now, it's a incredibly fast car, but it's also easy to drive, right?
I think
it
it's
has so
going
much
to be
stuff
less
going.
tail happy and squirrely, yes.
And you're clearly feeling the difference in the game, right?
Yeah, and that's why he's hit that
I've
post.
just hit that post. Well, then set up your bucket list.
Right, yeah. So here we go.
Whatever a bucket list is.
Well, the bucket list challenges in Forza Horizon 3 are essentially the things you want to do in cars before
What do
you
we
die,
think?
right?
Well, you set
hang
it up,
on a
and I'll
minute.
read the next question from. Can't read it. Hook
Oh, yeah.
153.
There
What
you
do you
go.
think is the greatest car ever produced? We disagree on that. I think it's the Lexus LFA.
Greatest car ever. I keep changing my mind about that. Sometimes it's Ferrari 458, sometimes it's that GTR, actually.
I have moments with that Lamborghini Sesto Elemento that I drove. That was superb. And at the time, when the first Zonda came out, but then
Yeah, that was
these
pretty
things
remarkable.
only have a context, don't
Yeah,
they?
no,
It's
but the
like-
LFA, I still think if I got into one tomorrow, I'd still think. Not because it was the best car, because it had a very small fuel tank,
had
and the
fuel tank.
seatbelts impossible to put on. But the engine was simply unbelievable.
Good car to follow, makes an amazing noise. Why are you playing the game now? So we just come here to
Well,
sit in
to
your
be
sitting
honest,
room and
I
watch you
thought
play this game?
yeah, I should have given this back to you. I thought I would do a good job of getting us to the venue
you've
quickly,
got-
but I ended up driving behind everyone's back garden.
So you're the
which was a little
expert.
bit
Tree,
worrying.
car,
That's okay.
barrier.
I've got it now. I'm down with
Right.
it.
Would you like me to get you there?
Oh, he's on it. He's on fire. Look at this.
Undamaged way.
I'm
This is
rocking now.
me.
It's all
If you're
good.
watching and you can see on screen what's happening, it's me. You can't see the controller.
see what's
I'm
happening?
doing this.
We were talking about video games there,
Yeah,
right?
it's me. I'll just get around this. Hold on. What were you saying?
Let's
I'm
just say that you were
Hold on,
going to
just break it.
create a Grand Tour video game. What would that look like?
Well, it would have a lot of amazing scenery in it.
That's true. That's very true.
It wouldn't
Good
always
point.
work. That's important.
Here we are.
How does
You'd also be able to get a book delivered the next day on it.
Nice.
I have no idea because, I mean, you'd have to get people who could set those things up.
Would you go for a driving game?
Yeah,
Because you've done a lot of different things on the show.
Yeah, well, what I
No,
can't...
kickboxing.
No, driving
why
game.
not?
With guns on the side.
Oh, like that.
It's a bit like, what were those ones I really, really used to enjoy with Yoshi and the Dragon, when you could shoot toadstools at people and they spun around?
Super Mario.
Super Mario. They were fantastically
good.
good fun.
Yeah.
And I often wonder why we don't have these driving games, but with guns on the side. Combine Call of Duty with...
Yeah, you wonder
game.
why you don't have guns on the side of your car in real life as well. That's different.
I mean, tell me more here, because I think you're onto something, actually. Right.
I am.
We should get started on this. Right,
Yeah.
Richard, I'm going to hand this over to you, right? So this is...
I shall call
This
it
is a bucket list
Excalibur.
challenge.
What, your car?
No.
The aim here is to get as many skill points as you can in 2 minutes 30, right? And you'll rack up skill points by doing exciting driving, okay? So drifts, donuts, burnouts, jumps.
What, in just like an area?
Absolutely, you're in a building site, right? You can knock a lot of stuff over, there's scaffolding
Yeah,
everywhere.
anywhere.
Is it like a Jim Carr
Well,
type
this is
thing?
your practice. Look,
All right.
we're doing it live.
When does it start?
Now, go!
I've forgotten which one accelerates. That
The
one.
one,
That
the
one,
one
yeah.
on the left.
No, it doesn't. That makes it reverse.
So drive as
So where can I go?
extravagantly as possible.
Where can I go?
Anywhere.
I
Knock
meant to
over all
take that
the
down.
fences,
Right,
all
I'm
the
gonna go-
scaffolding.
So I've just got this. Oh, I want to go in there.
Yeah,
Do you get points for knocking over the fences?
absolutely.
I wanted to stop.
Anything like
So
that.
far
haven't
you've
gone
gone
anywhere.
Literally,
Right,
oh, here
so
we
now
go.
I'm
Richard
gonna-
Hammond.
275
everybody is
points on the
underway.
board. That's a good
Great
start.
drift.
Fantastic. I want to go through that building on the right.
Off you go then. It's right
can do
there.
it,
Just
yeah.
I'm
steer
trying.
towards it. And
I'm going.
Just easy on
Wall,
that, easy on that
wall.
throttle.
No, so not.
Now, actually, this is
Go through.
foundations of a skyscraper
Yep,
as well.
that's
So
what I
there's
wanted.
there's some ramps you can get
Yeah,
up.
bit of
You
a
can
jump
knock
there.
down
Handbrake
hit that
action.
scaffolding on the
Massive slide
side.
backwards.
And if you've got any tips for Richard in the chat, stick them in there. I can read them out
I'm
as
going
well.
to donut
So
around
there are
that
two
cone that
people
I've knocked
watching
over.
us then.
Oh, there's a lot more
The
than two
worst
people.
car ever built, FSO Polonez. Or possibly the Kia.
No, I didn't want to
No,
go
it's
there.
it's the Lexus SC430.
Oh, the S430, I've forgotten about the...
Why am I stuck
yes,
here?
it's
I'm
true.
Official, actually.
It is officially the Lexus SC430. Weird that the best car and the worst car are both Lexuses.
Jump. Deliberate
How did
jump.
you know there wasn't a sheer drop on
I
the
didn't.
other side of
I
it?
had.
But
Oh,
there
it
is
was.
one there.
That's his speciality, as we discovered in Namibia. Going at the digger, missed the digger.
Yeah, you don't get any points for hitting the digger.
Go through that big pond.
That was quite good.
Once you've got it donuting, it does not want to undonut, does it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
my
remember
practice
if
too.
you tap A as well, you'll get the handbrake going, which might help you
I
just
did.
get
I was
those.
jump. I was
The
using.
big difference as well between video games and real cars is
Doesn't
that...
hurt?
Well, it's not hurting so much. It's the... If we were doing this in a real car, it would now be broken.
It would.
Well, there you go.
Well, I'm
Well, you can. I mean, you can turn on actual damage in here. We've got it on cosmetic.
Well, I don't
You
know.
want to really get
just
it
to make
moving
the
and get it
stream
drifting
smoother.
before you can-
Not because we didn't have faith in you guys that
Yeah,
you wouldn't smash it
yeah.
into trees and all that
Yeah.
sort of stuff. So let's talk about the Grand Tour, the show itself. I mean, we're about sort of 6, 7 episodes in
Nine.
now. 9 episodes in.
Well, it depends.
Yeah.
I've just been arguing with Amazon. They claim we're on 8, but we're not. We're on 9 because they
last night
split.
was not.
Exactly.
And the special was 2.
It says
Special was
9.
two, yeah.
Exactly. No, exactly. We know that we've just had
Target fixation. That happened then. Sorry, and then. I apologise.
No, we're on 9. We've just finished. That was in from Germany.
Yeah.
With lots of 4 different films in it. We haven't done 4 different films before. In one show, so that was quite good because often it just ends up with being one. So I'm being distracted by Richard Hammond just driving like a spanner.
Is it normal to do that?
Oh,
with
okay.
It is.
It's a little bit of a fail. Well, let's just see. What,
Let's
do you want
see.
to? Let's
James-
have another go.
James-
do you want to go
well-
again, or do you
let's
want to pass it on?
go now.
James, you want to go?
Set the standard.
So if you press the green button, James, you can get straight
Yes,
back
right.
in.
Yep.
Oh, but you're in a rocky place with a dog. It'll be half a dog.
A little
Careful.
dingo, I think. Yeah, so Stuttgart is the
Stuttgart
show
was
that's
this,
gone
and then
live
we've
today,
got,
right?
We've got 2 weeks
that you,
coming up
James?
where we're in Scotland both weeks.
Fantastic.
That was
Yeah,
tremendous.
up
How
in
was it?
Inverness.
Yeah.
It was good actually. It was
views
very
were
good fun.
On the banks of the Ness, I hear?
Right on the banks of the Ness, up near Inverness. So that was good, and then finish up in
Start
Dubai
with the sort of donut.
for the final one. So yeah, it's been. We're very grateful to everyone for saying they like it
There we are.
because it was a huge risk.
But it's kind of.
You're supposed to hit things.
No, you're not
Yeah, well,
actually.
you get
No, you're
points.
not.
So-
You don't get points
well,
for
one
hitting
of-
things.
I thought you did.
No, it's
You do.
It's,
You
it's
actually do, but
skill
you do,
chain. You
thank
get
you.
10. No, it's just
The
mere
trick
fact-
is to know which ones you can hit and go through
Well, the
and which
target
ones
is
are...
18,000 skill points, and I got
Yeah.
600.
See, head up that ramp and get onto the top, and then you can pull off a massive jump out the other side.
know
of
these
the
Okay, can I
sky.
go there from the other side?
Yeah, go right. There you go.
So the thing that strikes me as I've been watching it is obviously that you're having an absolute ton of fun. putting it together.
Yeah.
Yes.
What has been the most for you, even if it's behind the scenes, what has been the most genuinely fun location or part or challenge that you've done in the show so far?
The Grand Tour, I think Italy was pretty good.
Yeah, that was.
There you go, look at that.
Look at that's
brilliant.
a good one.
Oh,
That was ultimate
go.
That is
here.
what you meant, wasn't it?
500,
Yeah.
exactly.
There,
I
you
think
chain that
for me,
on.
I think I enjoyed making the one where we drove across Italy because I thought there was I rather enjoy it when a story's coming together, and that story was fantastic. Where James and I were trying to enjoy the culture and music and so on of Italy, and Hammond turned up in a Hellcat and was, being.
And it just all suited the cars.
It suited the cars. It suited us. Italy is a great place to film. We ate well. We drank well. It was just a great thing to film. Namibia was surprisingly difficult, much more difficult than I thought it was going to be.
Much colder than expected.
And much colder than I thought
right.
it was going to be. And the roads, we just had 700 miles or something. I think it was about 700 miles on washboarded roads. And that, if you're Australians watching, they are just a killer.
They kill cars.
But it was, but I think Italy, what was yours?
Well, to be honest, the best bit for me was in the Namibian desert when I was left behind because I got stuck on the hill and then I was driving on my own through the sunset. And it is the most spectacular thing possibly I've ever done of anything, let alone driving in a car. It was just breathtaking.
Those
Absolutely
dunes are
fantastic.
huge in Namibia.
It looked absolutely incredible, especially in 4K as
It's
well.
the
You're
desert
looking
you
at
draw
these
when you
views.
draw a desert as a
then
kid.
I
it's
also have to say the opening
I thought that was
6
all over.
minutes was also fairly spectacular. Yeah, that was
You know, funnily enough, I remember watching that and thinking that this game is actually about music festivals that are themed around cars.
Yeah.
Set in Australia, and previously it's been set in northern Italy, south of France, etc. The intro to the Grand Tour just made me immediately think of Forza Horizon. You've got that coming together of people, of cars, of the planes flying across the top, and that sort of celebration.
As a thing to
of
make,
around
it was amazing to see, our team, our crew that we know very well indeed, to see them working on something brand spankers and that exciting and on that scale. It's just astonishing.
Fantastic. Right, I'm really sorry. I've been
we're
told
up
we
to
need to
time.
move on to the next
Good.
challenge.
Oh, no, and you were going to be
Sorry.
brilliant.
James,
Well, I
what?
usually am.
So hold on, so I'm going to have to come out of this.
Have we ever done anything where I wasn't brilliant? I'm trying to think.
Driving, talking, thinking, using tools,
Shutting up.
dressing. Other than those, beyond that,
No, most
the number
the-
of times in my life I've seen you whizzing past, out of control in something, shouting, "God, I'm brilliant at this as well." It is absolutely.
Well, one of the questions we
enormous.
had come in was who out of you is the best at video games?
Well, since we don't know how good Hammond, maybe they are the best. Maybe it's a hidden talent they didn't know they had.
Sleeper.
All right, so I'm going to set this up. And there's another question here from Nero Maxim, which kind of leads on from what we were talking about the show itself. Is there a particular location that you would still love to go to and shoot at? I mean, you've covered
That
some
we
amazing
haven't
places
been
that you haven't been to so
moon.
far yet.
I'd like to do the
Antarctica.
reduced gravity driving. I think that would be fascinating.
Yeah, right.
It's quite
Okay, the
expensive to
moon.
get there.
Yeah, it's quite tricky. On Earth, not including the sea, because the Mariana Trench also springs to mind.
Yeah,
but
but it's impractical.
it's impractical because it would squash the car to the size of a
it would,
Brussels
it would.
sprout.
And you'd get really wet.
You'd get wet, and then you'd be like a pea,
Yeah, I'd be-
even more
I
like a
would
pea.
be- I'd be like somebody hanging from the mirror.
Exactly. So, in terms of, there's a place in Malaysia or Borneo.
Say Malaysia, I've
No,
never
but there
been
was
there.
in-flight magazines are great because they would just show you a picture of something. I remember thinking, God, I'd love to drive across that. I'm sure environmentalists can't drive across that, but of course you can.
Sorry.
It's okay. All right, near miss.
So
That's
yeah,
somewhere you want to go.
Okay.
yeah, somewhere I haven't been where I want to go. I mean, we've been to a hell of a lot of places. Let's be honest.
And were some of the places you went to, were they on that kind of list of I'd love to go there and drive?
Iceland always. If people haven't been to Iceland,
Always delicious.
it's always you can't. You do go to Iceland and go, no, don't be silly.
Take a
in
lot of
such
money.
in such a small
Yeah.
area
Well,
as
it's not
well.
so bad
You'll
now.
see so many.
Actually, it's not as bad as it was, is it? But
No,
This
but
is me
it's
driving. If you're watching, this is me driving.
no, it's
Controls and-
Iceland always gives good scenery. Africa,
Yeah.
large
we always-
chunks of Africa are remarkable. You've got to have a big crash into that Ferrari.
That wasn't my fault.
It wasn't.
He definitely
No,
cut
it
across
wasn't
the
Who was
road.
driving?
Thank you. I
Who was
appreciate
driving
it.
your car? I'm sorry.
Hey, if that was an insurance claim, I think the insurance company would back me up.
can I just ask, are you just taking us to the next location?
Yes.
That seems to be the hardest bit of the game.
I'm essentially an
Kamchatka.
Uber driver at the moment.
I haven't been to the Kamchatka Peninsula, and I think
I came on the way here.
did you on your little orange 300cc?
Yeah.
Kamchatka Peninsula.
But there's a man who doesn't play Risk. It's
Between Russia and Alaska.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Sorry.
No, Kamchatka Peninsula. I think that's would be fairly amazing. Where should we go? Someone's saying there, celebrity guest you always wanted for your show but never got. Dead or alive? Steve McQueen springs to mind. Yeah, it sprung to my mind.
Very cool.
There you go. Steve McQueen is the correct answer.
Dead or alive is an appropriate way of asking you, considering celebrity brain crash.
What are we doing?
Yeah, dead or dead.
So, this is a showcase event, right? And this is, again, it reminds me of the things you do in the Grand Tour, in that it is a kind of
drive around
is that
in
the
a
ridiculous-
satellite
that was like the
track
Keck
at Golden
Observatory.
kind of,
Are we
yeah.
in Australia?
You're in
Looks like-
Australia, right?
Oh,
So
look
you're
what
going to
you
be in
got
this
there.
trophy truck here, right?
I'm gonna pick. Oh, it's a pickup truck.
You're going to
You
race.
two get the Datsun. Oh, can't I go on one of those power boats?
Well, you're going to race against them.
I'm
okay?
good in power boats.
So if you press green, so you're going to be racing against those speedboats, and this is one of the the showpiece events of the Forza Horizon Festival. And they're always brilliant to play in the game because it's something a bit mad
Well, they've got-
in a crazy car. Well, they're pretty good
Well,
off
I'm
the line,
driving.
but don't
There's
worry.
no other word. A pickup truck.
What is that?
It says hooligan on the front, so it must be Ken Blocker.
Here is another good
Oh,
question.
you're in the
actually.
water.
Actually, first of all, before because this is
Supposed to
just
be in the water.
Yeah, well, it's the
Namibia,
track went that
Over
way.
there.
Namibia always. Oh yeah, no, you need to stick on the blue. I think you're all right if you get it.
Well,
back onto the blue.
as you know, I'm a man who enjoys a boat.
Yeah,
and
but you're
I'm-
in a car.
Right, it's okay. It's taking you back to the checkpoint. You're
Why?
fine. Right.
Because
Go,
you're in
go,
the
go.
car.
Don't worry, you can still make it
so
up. You can
wrong.
I'm
still
going
make
to.
this up,
Don't
it's
you
fine.
worry.
So you need to stick between those green checkpoints.
You were trying to get a question out of
I
there.
know.
Yeah, go on.
Namibia seemed like a really interesting choice to me. Was that, was that something again you really wanted to do,
The
or was
Namib
it?
Desert was mine. There's only so many places in the world you can go that are genuinely wild and properly remote. We're asked, do you really camp? Well, what else are you going to do?
Here I go. Look,
Look
this
at
is
that.
me. This is me.
Majestic
Turns out
energy.
I'm good at that as well.
Hitting bushes in a truck.
Were there points where you regretted it though?
No.
No, not in the
Well, it was a
desert.
bit chilly in the first morning.
Yeah,
But
it was
genuinely.
extremely cold. We really thought it would be hot there.
We're not
Right.
strangers to deserts.
Was it hot during the day then?
Yeah.
No, not
Did you have that
Yeah.
extremes?
No, on the coast, it's absolutely freezing all the time.
Right.
But we're no strangers to deserts, and people had said it gets cold at night. Really? Come on, I've slept in deserts all over the world. Don't be ridiculous. Next morning, I mean, just really. You needed to dress as if for a very wintry day here.
It was
Oh,
disappointingly
God, now
damp
where are we
and
going?
Englandish.
You seem to be
on the
drawn,
coast at
Jeremy,
the start.
to
Yeah,
the
but then it got
water.
warmer later on.
Left, go left.
It looked incredibly extreme. Has your exoskeleton recovered, James? Because you were
Oh,
getting
what's
your skeleton.
Oh, my scale. Oh, what,
Because you were
from the
getting a hell
battery?
of a shaking.
Yeah, it was the car that suffered mainly because
Right.
it fell off and then eventually it showered me in petrol. which
One of the
probably
cars was clearly
no
a lot
point.
better than the other two, and it was
Mine.
It was mine.
No, mine.
Well, the end, it was parked near a V8 that gave you how much? Oh, constant.
Mine made the best noise.
Where
When
are
it
the
worked.
At least I had a decent range though. That was the best thing about it.
No, I can't think. I just literally can't see a single thing that was wrong with mine. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, the way it looked, sounded, worked, when.
No, not sounded. It had a
Okay,
V8
it did-
motor.
it
Where's
did
it
sound.
go? I don't know where it goes. This is my
Keep
problem.
going straight, you're fine. You want to
Yeah,
really
straight
stick to
into
the river
road.
here.
That's got to be right.
Oh,
that's good.
wow,
Yeah,
that is
yeah,
a
a bit of that.
Do I get points for style?
Yes.
Oh no! Look, you don't stick to the river. I can see now. Look, you get out on the other side. Look up there.
You see the dotted blue line with arrows on it?
Yes, I can see it now.
Where are the buggies now? Are they okay?
They're back in England.
Yeah, they're in storage in a barn.
Okay. I was a bit worried about them at the end of that.
Come on, mate.
Well, mine's got a totally seized engine.
Nicest paintwork, I thought.
They're the best.
Well,
was.
I think we should put it to the chat, actually.
Mine was the
Let
best. He'd
people
put
can
his
vote for the
near a
best.
V8 and he'd done nothing to him. Mine was magnificent. And
I admired the elegance and the classicism of your beach buggy.
yeah, but
It also had excellent, very pliant suspension, which is useful when you're
except
running
it
over
didn't.
rough terrain.
Right, how are we getting on here? Have you seen the speedboats again?
Yeah,
No, I'm
you've,
going to have an accident. I've just had
Sorry,
an
that's
accident.
I mean, that's a legitimate way to get around the corner. That's
Oh,
fine.
really?
How do you know whether the fences will steer you around the corner or destroy your car?
Depends how
Well,
fast you hit them and
it's
what
the angle
they're
you
in.
hit them.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a bit like pool or snooker, you know? It's
Except
all about
not
angles.
in any way.
There's a couple of good questions here. Forza Horizon again, because it's about music festivals, it's the soundtrack in this is incredible. Is music a big part for you guys when you're driving? And I've got a question here from
we all
Frack the
play
Rapper.
very different music
It
in
was
our
just
cars.
there's one thing.
Yeah. So
There's
what
a
kind of
lot-
music do you
Well, a
listen
lot of the
to?
time you can't have it on there because it completely corners the editors. If you've
Yeah,
got
yeah,
music
you can't
playing
know what
whilst
it's
you're
about.
presenting.
But if
If there's a
sometimes-
stretch where you're not filming, then you can, yeah.
And sometimes if we've got distance to cover, and we've filmed and filmed and filmed, unless something happens, we're just making this. We've got 7 hours.
I was second out of 2.
Yeah.
So we all listen to very different music.
Okay.
Yes,
So
really
tell me
do.
your favourite.
He sets off into the Rockosaurus plain.
I have the planes of the Rockosaurus because I like. Well, I like nearly everything. Hammond likes bluegrass and he likes complicated jazz.
I like quite bluesy stuff.
You know bluegrass, Kentucky
Yeah, I do
bluegrass.
like it.
He does. He does. When were we in Australia when you were playing that really complicated
It's
jazz?
not very complicated jazz.
Well, it's complicated to me.
You know
What was
that
it?
fiddly-
But everyone
on the
just turned
side
up with an instrument and then played it,
jazz, isn't it?
irrespective of what the other
That's
one
what
was
jazz
doing.
is.
Yeah. So there was complicated jazz, and then I just sit and listen to Genesis, really, or folk, old 70s stuff.
Fine.
Yeah.
So
That's
when we're
right.
watching the show, between those stretches of you talking to camera in the driver's seat of
Yeah.
the car, you're
Will
then
you
banging
play
on
music?
some
Yeah,
music.
we'll bang on
Sometimes
some
we just
music.
got to cover miles. We
Yeah.
can't film, and we are filming the whole time. If anything happens, we'll use it. But sometimes we just got to get from A to B and keep going.
Those mini cams that are on in the car are on
All the time.
all the time, 24 hours a day. They're on all the time. So if we're in the car, it's recording what's
Yeah.
happening. Because you've seen somebody saying you weren't really in it when it came down the thing.
Yes, I did see that.
Yeah, well, it just was. So because they're on all
I
the
can
time.
send in my underpants.
Yes, I can.
Well, also, you'd have to question how somebody else got in it.
Exactly.
instead of you. I mean,
So you could see that I was in it at one point.
Magic
That
of
means I must have
television.
got out of
Yes.
it and put. So why would you
Pushed
do
it
that?
off a hill. And
No,
what
it's-
am I doing here?
You've got a GTR.
I
We're
think we're
back in
going to
their
go to
GTR
the
again.
we're going to go to the next challenge actually.
Oh, okay.
But just while we're still on that, the thing that occurs to me there is it's got to be really difficult to pick your nose when you're driving.
No, we just
No,
do
really.
it.
No,
Yeah,
you
just
just.
go for it.
And I'm afraid
dig it.
break wind, pick your nose. You just have to accept the fact that everything you say and do
Yeah.
is all recorded sound-wise, even when you're out of the car.
Yeah.
Even when you're out of the car, you'll be having a dump. You'll be on the lavatory.
Right.
And then you suddenly think this is all being recorded.
we have hard recorders because, of course, the sound men, the microphones ordinarily send sound into the camera, but they need to belt and braces cover themselves. So we each wear a solid state sound.
People always say,
recorder
why are you
all
wearing
day
those
long.
bum bags?
Okay.
They're full of sound recording equipment. And it is everything. And sometimes we'll be having a conversation and then all three of us look at each other and go, oh, wait a minute. You shouldn't. Burn it! Go and have to say to the sound recorder, is that bit? Can
Yeah.
you just lose
Yeah.
that? When we're discussing somebody else, for example.
Yes,
He's going to be able to earn a lot of money. One
He
day.
is.
Yeah, please.
he owns us. He
I'm
actually
sure,
owns
I'm
us.
sure
He
you
does.
trust them implicitly.
No.
But the cameras are on and the sound is on all the time.
Yeah.
The thing about picking your nose, though, I mean, anybody who has driven something like, you know, the Namib Desert, or especially the dusty bits afterwards on the washboard road, if they're going to claim that you don't end up with a nose full of building material that needs to be removed, then they're lying. It's
But you
just
could
a
actually
fact
build
of
a
life.
house. You could build shelter for the night out of what's in your nose.
Yeah.
Right.
And glue it together
Anyway,
with what's in
Enjoy
your
breakfast or
underpants.
dinner.
I wouldn't fancy picking my nose on those
Oh, no, the
Namibian
washboard.
roads either.
You
could
because that-
speed
yeah,
right
No,
that'd
you
be
could end up with your finger right through
dangerous,
your
isn't it?
cerebral cortex.
What are we
and-
doing?
Right, so the next thing we're going to do is a rivals challenge, okay? So these are they're usually point-to-point races against a time limit, and they're often themed around particular moments or events or whatever. And the great thing now is that we've got a Grand Tour rivals event, like an official Grand
Good.
Tour rivals event, right? So we're going to give that a shot. It's
Have you
in
got
here.
to drive to it for 25 minutes?
No. The nice thing about this is that we get straight in. I thought I was
That looks
quite
very
rapid in those
complicated.
No,
days.
you were doing it. It's just that I noticed you'd chosen an element of the game where you had to do quite a lot of hero.
Yeah.
Race the rally
Sorry.
fighter
I was just
in
trying
the
to
Grand
take
Jungle
over.
Coast Trail.
So here we are, right? We're going to do this. I've got a couple of things I need to go through
Rally
first.
fighter.
So this has
Rally
been
fighter.
created exclusively by the
Could
team
we
at
run
Town
over
Centre
everyone
Playground.
from I'm a Celebrity because they're up on the Gold Coast, aren't they? It's Brisbane, isn't it?
Get him, get him.
It's,
Kill them.
I'll give that as feedback to the development team, and we'll see what we can do. It's a great.
Straight through the jungle.
Oh, that'd be brilliant. Somebody eating a kangaroo.
Blam!
Don't worry about dinner.
So this is a point-to-point. You're going to be driving a rally fighter. Have you driven one of them before?
Yeah. I came in once.
I came to work
All right,
with this one.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So this will be interesting, right? And you at home can, if you've got Forza Horizon 3, you can take part in this right now. And the reason that you absolutely should do it is that you can win some amazing prizes, right? Check this out, right? If you
win him.
take part in this challenge, all you need to do is get on Forza Horizon 3 and play the challenge through. You're in with a shot of winning this amazing Xbox Live and Amazon Original, the Grand Tour and Forza Horizon 3 sweepstakes competition grand prize.
Snappy
Featuring.
time.
I didn't read that
Really
at all.
Featuring.
Check this out though, right? And you'll like this one because you know you were saying you don't have an Xbox One yet. A 2 terabyte Xbox One S plus a 55-inch 4K Ultra HD TV.
I don't know what any of those things are, but they
it
sound
sounds
brilliant.
brilliant.
Trust me,
Yeah.
the Grand Tour looks
A
amazing on a 4K
55-inch,
TV.
that's bigger than Hammond.
Big old TV, isn't it? It is a bit. It is a bit.
But there's more. an Xbox One Design Lab customized controller, right? So that's one of these controllers, but you can change the colors, you can make it look exactly how you want to, right?
Can you make
and
it
a
like
racing
gin and
wheel.
tonic?
And a racing wheel, and a $100 Amazon gift card
And
as well.
this table.
Yeah.
We'll chuck in the table.
And this
That's
empty
fine.
glass,
Yeah.
all this can be yours if you just do whatever he said.
James's
There.
left
Indeed.
trainer.
And there's second prizes as well. There's oh god,
two
we've
of
got more
everything he's
Amazon
just mentioned,
vouchers.
so-
There's custom controllers. There's a whole bunch of other stuff as
Some of
well,
that
right?
stuff.
If you're on Xbox One, go to the Amazon part of the dashboard, click into there. You'll be able to find out more about the Grand Tour. You can find out more about the challenge. If you've got Forza Horizon 3, just dive into Rivals, go to the monthly Rivals events, and play it.
Play it.
With that out the way, let's get started. I think we're all going to have a shot at this one, you know.
What is it?
What we
So
actually-
it's a
right.
point to point, right?
Yeah,
so we're going to
sorry,
start
what's
off in a
the-
rally fighter.
Yeah.
What is a rally fighter?
It's
Fine.
this
Come
like
on, James,
Fire,
you
James,
designed
come
it.
on.
I remember you building
Yeah.
it.
It's
Yeah.
snowing.
It's a bit. It's actually a bit
What, in the
like
Gold
your
Coast? No.
the mashup of the Land Rover and the MG.
Oh.
that you had
Is
to do.
it?
So it's
I mean,
rubbish.
visually,
What, like the
it's,
I
it's
did
a
like
little
somebody
bit
went
like
on
that.
Twitter this morning and said, I'd like to buy and the Excellent. Calling it an and the Excellent.
Yes, so the excellent is the name.
I'd like to buy an and the Excellent.
So is this whatever this is going to snap in half after 3 or 4 minutes? Is that what you're saying?
Well, it depends how hard you drive it. I think
That
it's a little bit
Mercedes,
sturdier than this
where
one.
is my Excellent? That's a good question.
No, we need to
As
tell
long
you
as
about
it's
that.
where it belongs, which is
No,
the
it's
bid.
you're not. Well, why would you do that? It's all our money.
Right.
Okay, let's
Oh, it's
preserve it
raining as
forever.
well.
I
That
had to
doesn't
write
help.
it off as a loss.
Right. What happens now?
We're gonna make this interesting for you guys as well.
You've
right?
reversed all the
So
controls.
there is a prize on offer here.
Well, it would be very
There's a
funny if
prize
I
on
won the
offer for you.
55-inch television, wouldn't it?
I don't have a 55-inch television,
No, no,
but I
but
do.
if
If
I
you can
what-
offer a prize.
I
wasn't
do
listening.
have an actual Xbox One S.
Oh, that's kind. Thanks very much.
Well,
sorted that
you
out.
may get your hands on it in a minute.
Whoever wins the time.
So whoever posts the fastest time out of you three, I think I might have a
that's
nibble
all
as
you.
well, but I don't think I'm eligible for this. We'll take this home today.
See,
However,
this
that
is it. This is what our lives have come down to. We're competing
Yeah.
for games.
But there's probably
That's
more in
what
this
we're
building.
do- That's what we're doing.
That is a prize. I've
There's
never
more in
won
this
any
building. I'm just going to
prizes.
steal
and it
them.
this includes Gears of War 4 as well, which is essentially like when you visited the Special Ops
They
training.
actually modelled that
course.
on my life in Ross on White.
Do you?
They modelled it on it.
Did they?
Yeah.
That's what they
So there you go.
Right.
I did,
So-
I did win a
Yeah,
prize.
With the
I see, I can
stakes-
see now.
It's like
I
home
couldn't
tonight.
really see, but I can
It's like
see.
tonight's like that.
It's just like
Honey,
Russell-
I'm home.
This,
It's like that.
but your house,
Yeah.
just enormous sort of plasma.
Happens occasionally.
There's plasma leaking.
He's always doing that. It drives me nuts. I hate
Good
it.
time to go to the village.
So there you go.
Is he called Pete? In my mind, he is. He's called Pete.
JD.
Pete, put your gun away.
JD. Right, so with the stakes suitably raised,
Yeah.
let's race. Who
Okay.
wants to go first?
Bang on me.
Hammond.
No, I said not me
I was
first,
betting on me.
actually.
I think it's
come
you,
on.
actually, Clarkson.
Oh, why is it me?
Because you were
You have
so
a
I was
big
first
game,
on the
Jeremy,
last
to be
one,
fair.
and I made a
Which is the
complete
accelerator again, the one on the left?
bottom up.
Another one on the right.
Yeah, on
Which
the
is
right.
the- which
on the
is
right.
the
Sorry, I'm working out my rights
Well,
and
is it
lefts.
no other way around?
That
This
one
can
there.
only go well.
It is honestly, it's the
Actually,
other
Jeremy,
way
to
around.
play
go.
this one.
This is
To
Take
play
to do
this
with your
one.
fun.
Right, you're in, Jeremy. Let me
face the
are
other
you
way
okay with
this
that?
one.
Or let
No,
me
no,
take
I'm
that
not.
off?
You face
Right,
the
go.
corner for this one.
Go.
Rubbish.
Right, so you need
Rubbish,
to
rubbish.
follow the blue line, okay? That's
What's the other- and what's the
main
ghost
thing.
car?
So
That's
the
the-
ghost is actually a rival
That's
that you're
where you
chasing
should be.
against. So
Right.
I think whoever is the rival, they probably saw their gamer tag on screen there if they're watching, so that might have been quite cool for them. Right.
Turns out.
So is
yeah.
that somebody on? Are they playing that live?
Oh, he doesn't have very good
Tree-
steering.
No,
does
so
he?
that's remembered their best time on this course, and it's it's putting
What
them
are
in
you
as a
in,
ghost
by
there.
It looks
It's a
like
good
it's
start. It's a good start.
It's
See, it
really
does look like your
not
MG
very good
and
steering.
Land Rover, doesn't it?
It does a bit.
see
It looks
what
like
you
a
mean about
Mercedes.
that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
it
looks
angle
like the
and
MG GT.
Except it works.
Mine work. What are you on about?
Really? Water.
this is a good start. Ooh,
Signs,
Jesus,
signs,
oh, you've
tree.
missed that.
Crash.
You've missed
Huge,
that checkpoint.
massive
That's all right. It'll
checkpoint.
set
No,
you
what do
back.
you mean checkpoint missed?
Well, you
Right.
missed a checkpoint.
I've got a question for you coming in the chat as well.
What?
Is that just going to distract you, or do you want to hear it?
Go on then. What?
So it's from GTP Cowboy,
He wants a written answer.
That's his
Is
real
that-
name.
I don't know if that helps. Does that help?
and he's asking Acura NSX or Audi R8.
NSX.
Ooh, I think I'd go with this.
Which R8?
The V10 or the V?
V10.
Oh, he hasn't gone into
Oh,
that
well.
level
It's a
of
bit
detail.
special.
I haven't driven. To be honest, I haven't yet driven the Honda.
Right.
I know you call it an Acura, but the Honda NSX, I haven't yet driven it, so don't know. But I have driven the new Audi R8. And I tell you what, it's not bad. It's like that, you know, RS7 I'm driving at the moment.
Yep.
That's not bad either.
Ugly, isn't it?
It's really ugly, but it's not bad.
It appears to be massive as well. Every time
It's
I go
also, do
outside
you
and
know,
look
see
at
how
it,
much it is?
No.
It's,
on,
that one's nigh on 100 grand.
Is
I
it?
came. I've got that C63 AMG. And you know how I've never liked an AMG. I think I'm right. I can like them now because you haven't got one. But it prowls. It's got presence.
James, you drove the new NSX
Yes,
in
I
today's
did.
show,
I loved
actually.
it. Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
So a big fan of it.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely fantastic. It's
But-
really, really nice. It's really easy to drive, but it's exciting and it's fizzy.
It does feel futuristic.
It does feel very, enlightened is the word I use.
Oh, I just went through the checkpoint.
Well, that's what
Yeah,
you're supposed to do.
Again, all right.
So what is it? If you
Well-
go through the checkpoint, what happens? Is it?
No,
So,
if you skid
Press
past...
yellow again, you can go back a bit further.
If you miss the
Oh,
checkpoint,
that's just
you
unlucky,
get
isn't it?
That really is
shot by
Maybe
unlucky.
go past a
guards.
bit further
So you
back
have
as
to go
well.
between
Yellow
the
again.
flags at the checkpoint.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
You've
Right,
got
now
to
go. Press green.
Right.
Green and go.
Whilst in full drift
There you
and
go.
waving out the window, I presume.
Right.
See, if you miss this, if you just skip round the outside of the checkpoints, it counts as you haven't gone through, which I think
right.
is technically...
Unforgiving.
It's cruel.
Is also technically correct.
See, it's technically... it is. I can't argue with it. See, I've just done
Oh,
it again.
you're okay, you got it back.
That counts.
You both seemed a little bit unsure about the NSX on the show today. Was that more about just,
No, it's just
undermining James?
It's just undermining James.
Okay.
I mean, if you notice the Fiat 124 that Hammond drove, James and I were unsure about it. And then what did I drive? The M2, didn't I?
Yeah.
And these two were unsure about that. It's just, we can't... It's just too easy to just
If one
take
of us
the
likes
Fiat
something,
feature.
then we have to dislike it.
Fair enough. Okay, so
that the
we're going to have to
finish?
do
Massive
this
crowd.
time. So
You
244.
lose.
get fireworks.
That's unequivocal, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
what are you doing?
244,665. Right. So
I
James,
don't
if you
think
press the blue
I don't think
button,
I'm going to be
blue
going
X
home with a
button.
box.
Yep.
Well, I don't know. It depends. I think that's a good place to start. Hopefully, someone on the production team has recorded that time. Right. Oh, one other thing I need to chuck in just now is that we're going to take a plane to Blizzard Mountain soon as well. Now, Blizzard Mountain's, I think it's ostensibly still set in Australia, but it's a snowy mountain, right? So I don't know which part of Australia that
Yeah,
is.
the words blizzard and mountain
Yeah.
were pretty self-explanatory.
Right, fine.
Snow
So
and
yeah, no, I
mountain.
shouldn't. But it just confuses me that it's in Australia as well. But let's
it's
gloss
right.
over that. So please vote
Yeah.
now in the Twitch
Go.
and Beam chat
Go.
for who you'd like to
Just
see
go.
driving
It's gone.
first on
It's gone.
Blizzard Mountain, and we'll jump over there in a few minutes' time. Right, so I've got a question here from ZeroCab30, and he says, "Hello, the GT guys. Have you gotten a chance to check out the new Civic Type R?"
Yes,
Yes.
extensively. That's
He has
quite a
a,
lot.
Well, when you
James
say
is
the new
our
one,
Honda
there's-
correspondent, actually, is it?
When you
James?
say, when you
Watch
say
it.
the
No,
new
James, you're
one,
going to have to rewind.
Why?
Because you missed that
No, you
checkpoint.
hit the flag, that's it. No, you
flag.
missed
And
that.
that one, you
I
missed that
Is that
one.
a checkpoint?
You might have
Yes.
just clipped it, so you,
No,
I
it's
think
like
you're
I
okay
have.
if the game doesn't tell you.
Mine
then you're
just...
right.
Well, hang on a minute.
Oh, here we go.
I didn't make it, Jeremy.
On their way.
You are the leader of your Horizon group.
Yeah, what were you saying about the
Also, the
Honda?
full extent of your Horizon group.
Civic Type R. I assume he means the
He
brand
really
new,
likes
super
it.
new.
I felt like an idiot in it, I'll be honest. I
Okay.
think for the right buyer, if you were in your 20s
me.
and could possibly afford on an insured one, great. But if you're in your 40s, I felt like a bit of a muppet driving around.
Okay.
And it's got a lot of things to it. And anyway, it's been replaced now already, isn't it?
Really?
Yeah.
Civic
That
Type
was
R is
it.
the one
So
that...
it
Here
lasted-
it is, and now it's
And it's
No, it's
gone.
gone.
I
Yeah.
crashed, but I crashed going through the checkpoint.
I've just
so that
remembered I
was-
have driven one.
The new Type R?
Yeah, you have. You had the one that we had in the blue one, didn't
Yeah.
you? Or red, was yours
I
red?
have driven one. It had
did you think?
very deep bucket seats.
It did.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
I got lost in one.
I'll hit the
James, you
checkpoint.
haven't
just to make
missed a
absolute-
single
Well, no,
checkpoint.
because I was doing that and it
Literally-
kept saying
That's
go
all right.
back. It's really annoying.
Yep,
Yeah,
driver-
it was against you.
Right, I'm going
James
to keep
made
that theme going
driving
of
pedestrians.
asking you to face off about cars, because I know you like an argument about cars, right? So,
Yeah.
so what I've done is I've
I like an
pulled a
argument about
list.
everything, to be
about
honest,
everything. I've pulled a list of cars that have featured in the Grand Tour
Yep,
and also feature in Forza Horizon 3.
yep.
And I thought we could just read them out. It's kind of a car showdown, head to head. So I
Yeah.
thought I'd read out each matchup, it's 1v1, and get your opinions on which one you think is the better car.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we're going to start off with, from the first episode of the Grand Tour, the McLaren P1 versus the Ferrari LaFerrari.
Well, you know what we're going to say.
You already know the answers to this one.
It's the Ferrari.
Oh, actually, between those two...
Well, the McLaren or the Ferrari? It's the McLaren.
Yeah, I
so
think I'd
much more
probably go...
exciting.
I might go McLaren, actually.
Yeah.
Oh,
I hate it
rubbish.
because I'm a great... But I either agree with him or with him.
So what
Neither. I'd walk.
No, the McLaren is just nuts.
It is an edgy thing.
Yeah.
It's really tricky. It's surprisingly, for a car, it's surprising. I mean, you just think they put all that horsepower in it, and they haven't really tethered the front.
It's like playing with a chainsaw in a wardrobe.
Yes.
Terrifying, but when you step out of the wardrobe having completed it, you see what I did there. It's
Fantastic.
It's bizarre. It's the front. It has very little grip at the front when you really get going. And it took me a few days to get to the point when you could tell. But the front goes, and then when you're so busy taming the front, then the back starts going.
And what did you
nuts.
do when you completely? You left the
missed one.
thing, the wing.
Yeah, that was an
Oh,
amazing,
you
genuine
totally-
moment of sheer terror.
You
It
can
was
always tell on
incredible.
camera. Let me just before,
Yeah.
you can always tell on camera when this is not put on for
It's
camera.
because
Terror.
I put the rear wing down.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't. It would come
That's
up
it, so it
automatically
isn't
when you get to. I forget what speed exactly. The rear wing would come up automatically. I bolted, not
Held
bolted,
it down.
electronically bolted it down,
that button.
which meant. Oh, the DRS. That's right. I was holding the DRS, which kept it open. Which meant when I got to the end of the straight, it just had the back was just was helium light.
Right.
So as I was braking now, James is braking in the Ferrari here, and the Ferrari's, let's be honest, not very good rear visibility. So he would not have known the problems I was having. And I thought, if he doesn't. I want to go around the corner because I can't slow down.
I lost
but
as well.
I can't go because James is there.
Yeah.
And I really did think this is going out of control.
Because if you
180
practice
miles
your
an hour.
face for that, if you think, right, I'm going to make a TV show now about cars, and if you're
Yeah.
playing the games, if you're playing on here, and you think, right, I'm going to lose it, and you're going to go, oh no, this is what you don't. You go, you just pull
just-
stupid faces
yeah.
and look scared. It's
It's the
there's a
noise as
marvellous
well,
bit
right?
from-
There's a.
There's a
Yeah.
marvellous bit from the olden days of Richard Hammond at Monza in a Pagani Huayra, and
That's
he's rabbiting away about it, going down the main straight,
first.
and then just stops talking.
No, I have to collect your
And there's just nothing. He's
If I
just
restart, we'll
a
lose it.
blank face.
No, someone's written it down.
And I knew he'd overdone it before the corner. When in
and
the
that's
Pagani,
the
in
face
the
just fell.
Huayra.
Yeah.
And you don't pull an heroic face, you don't scream or look panic-stricken, you just pull a
No,
stupid
you didn't.
face.
Your face simply stopped moving about.
Scared, that's
It was
horrible.
just a man thinking, "I'm going in that wall in a minute."
Is it difficult to drive and talk in the way that
No.
you do?
No, we've
Have
done
you-
it for so
I mean,
long.
was it ever
No, what's-
difficult? Have
no,
you just
what
got
is
used to it?
this?
Sorry.
It's not as difficult as this.
Right. Yeah.
What's-
Well, I
what's
genuinely find it
surpri-
difficult to do this. to
What's
play and
really
talk.
surprisingly difficult, actually, is when I get into the car, either when I'm by myself or even more embarrassing when I'm with someone and find myself doing it
On
just
your own.
as though I'm driving. Yeah, because I don't find it difficult at all. So apparently, some people do. You know, can't actually hang the tail of a car out and then just keep talking. But talking is something we all do. Well, particularly me,
change the
just
view?
do all the time anyway. So it doesn't make any difference to you.
Fair.
Am I allowed to make a constructive comment about this game?
Of course.
No,
Yeah.
we are here to promote
As long as
it.
it's
No,
constructive.
it's very good. It's extremely clever. Can you change the sort of proportionality of the steering knob? Because I find it a bit
Yes.
non-linear.
The proportionality is non-linear.
Non-linear.
James May
thing
has
is-
joined the world of gaming with his proportionality.
Oh,
He missed the
missed,
checkpoint.
I'm going the long way around to get back.
There's a wealth of
Richard.
customization options in here, and you can tune your car any way you want it. I
Yeah.
mean, you can actually switch out the
I'm getting a
components
bit
of the
giddy
car.
about
You
this.
can put in a
How do I
much
go
bigger
back to
engine
get that
and all that sort
checkpoint,
of
team?
stuff. So if you
Can
really
you
want to
tell
get
me?
deep into it,
Because I'm
not
lost in
like
the
Sorry,
woods.
that's good.
If you wouldn't mind.
Multitasking.
There it is.
There it
There
is.
you go.
Left.
Easy on that throttle.
Or is it?
Just
Well,
feed it
because
in.
it's annoying because James
feather it in.
messed that exact one as well, but it didn't say
Yeah,
he
it's-
had to go back.
It's a computer. It doesn't have moods.
Think
No,
you're-
but it was a weird. I wonder if there's some that you don't that it allows you to miss. That would be what somebody will
Do you
know.
think
I think
people
you can
watching will be
brush
able to
them and
tell
you're
that
okay.
I'm
As
not
long as
very
you
good at
touch the
this?
flag.
Yes, they will.
No, you're fine.
I
I
have
think
a sort of...
you're in a good position here at the moment, Jeremy. I
sort of-
think. Right. Okay, let's go to our next car showdown. Right. So I've got a Mazda MX-5, which you've already
Yeah.
seen on the stream today, versus an Alfa Romeo 4C
MX-5.
Spider.
Oh, come
Have
on.
at it.
MX-5.
The 4C is
it's
absolutely
ridiculous.
horrifically bad. However, it's so pretty and so want-one-y.
I don't like the front of it. I think it's got a great
I don't
profile,
think
but they
it's that
messed up his face like Alfa Romeo have done for about the last 15 years.
I
They
think they
can't
should
do the
do-
front of a car.
They should do a V6 one. Stop messing about with all that ultra lightness. A V6 one with like an old Ferrari Daytona interior with those little rivets in the seats, and that would be superb.
Well, if I may be so bold, the first thing I'd do is give it some power steering.
Oh yeah.
That's number one.
Yeah.
First thing
Number
I'd do
two-
is give it to Toyota to make, actually.
No, there's nothing wrong with them. I'd do power steering, followed by a bigger fuel tank, followed by more power steering. No, because at the moment it just darts left and right for no reason, and then it really is hard to park. So I mean, obviously, if you're actually going to buy one, you're going to buy the Mazda. If, on the other hand, you actually just want to go through Rome for the day, you take the Alfa Romeo.
You just want to borrow one for a
Yeah.
couple of
I
days.
love the simplicity of the MX-5. I think it's a magnificent car. I really do.
That's really simple.
Fine, so that's. I think we'll call that one a draw. I
Okay.
think, right. I've got a question here about.
I'm not very good at this. I'm really not.
Do we
very
like the
good.
Mark II Jetta 16 valve
What?
GTO?
Yeah, that's an interesting
This
one.
is the man here from the
Jetta.
1980s.
Do you guys like the Mark II Jetta
How did
16?
he
Yes.
post? Did he post it? It was very good.
That was
Did
a
he-
very early internet experiment that's got through. It is that somehow.
In other words,
You know how when I play
so who's this? Brest 2240 has
Brest
got
2240,
the Mark II Jetta 16 valve. Good car.
It was an excellent
It was
car.
an excellent car.
I'm quite envious.
Better than the
You got
current
one.
Jetta by a very considerable margin.
And then we've got another one here from Rodzinski123. He's curious about what James thinks about the new Rolls-Royce Black Badge.
You've got black badge.
They're doing all those black ones, like
Come on,
black edition
James.
type thing.
You're the Rolls-Royce expert here.
What's the black badge?
They're doing black versions of mine. Well, guess what colour they are?
Oh, see, I thought you meant the badge was black.
It
I know,
is.
yes, but it's a black badge
Now-
version. Those are the sort of stealth and
Where did we get
performance
to?
ones.
My time
think it might be wrong.
wasn't the lowest number. It was the high. That's yeah.
So I thought that was the idea.
Time
think
trial.
we've-
I got more time.
Yeah.
I've got more time on.
So
my
the trial to
than they have.
find more time.
More time. I've got
You
more time
enjoyed
on
the
board.
game for longer
To be
than
fair,
we
we
did.
didn't
Wins.
specify that before
Oh,
the
Maze
challenge
won that
started,
one.
but
Maze won- yeah, because you hit all the
no,
checkpoints.
I think you've
No, I think
you've,
actually,
hit, you've
Jeremy,
won
I
that
hate to say
significantly.
No, you've
You
got
went,
that.
you
as far
went
as I
through all the
understand it.
checkpoints. I kept having to reverse.
Here we go.
You've
Here we
got
go.
the
I've got the
shortest time.
official times here. So Jeremy, you were at 2:44.665. James at 3:28.242.
Oh, sure, it was a minute full.
And bringing up the rear, Richard, 3:32.
I don't want to win this stupid game.
Good, excellent.
45 seconds.
That is my
There was a couple of
godson
rewinds from
birthday.
Jeremy there.
Excellent effort.
No shopping for me.
If you're watching, he bought it.
All right,
He isn't
so
watching. I know exactly where he is.
Do you wanna
He's in
hold on to this,
Buckinghamshire.
or-
Yes, exactly.
Congratulations.
Isaac, I know you're not watching. I know where you are, but that's what you're getting for your birthday in March.
Job done, sorted.
How old's he? Because that's an 18 game. So we just need to.
Yes, I know he's 18.
Beautiful. That's perfect timing. All right, let's grab this back.
Right.
Yeah, I'll run off.
I'm gonna get us to Blizzard Mountain, but in the meantime, I'm gonna give you the next car showdown. So it's a Vulcan versus. This is a bit of a weird
An
matchup,
Aston
right?
Martin.
Not real, I'm not dribbling.
Aston Martin Vulcan
No, they are.
versus a 2017 Ford GT. How about that?
Oh, yeah, so the GT
Well,
that
to be
you have-
brutally honest, you'd have to be the, I mean, the Vulcan.
Oh, the new GT.
Yeah, the new GT, but you can't.
They're
You
not
can't
compared.
actually. The Vulcan you can't
you're
use
right.
on the road
Exactly.
or a track. I mean, it was an
can't use.
amazing thing, and yes, but it was, as I said, it's a celebration of the past. It's a celebration of what cars used to be like. This was what we used to make.
You wouldn't want to drive around it.
Well, you couldn't.
It's like a monument.
And it is. It's a statue to what we've done these past 100 years. And the GT again. Well, nobody's driven one yet,
No.
apart from Ford test drivers. Is I mean that but the V6 is what's interesting to
driven
me. Oh, yeah. it's the V6. To put this V6 is a brave call from their marketing department to go. Yes, we'll give it a V6 because it's probably the right thing to do.
But it better be good. It better be
good.
really good.
Your good old boys are going to say it's too short, aren't they?
Yeah,
That's
there
all
aren't
they're going
enough
to say.
cylinders in it, yeah.
Do you feel like, I know, James, you did a piece on the Ford GT40 and the birth of the Ford GT. Do you feel the new GT lives up to that heritage and that legacy?
Well, to be honest, I think the heritage thing, especially with that new one, is a bit of a red herring now because it is built as a racing car, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
a
it is.
homologated racing car in essence, and it's completely modern. But I know they love the idea of buying into all the glory, as indeed Aston Martin does, and then Bentley does occasionally, talking about
Ferrari.
chaps with blazers and.
Well, every
moustaches
single
and
car
things,
company
but
does it.
It's not really
James,
true. Yes.
You look like an historian being interviewed on television.
Well, I was being one then, actually, just very briefly.
No, but all car companies do it. I mean, not just car companies. Every single
The
company
heritage
in the
thing.
world
Yeah,
does
well,
it.
you
So
get
it is.
branded. I mean,
Otherwise, we'd have new companies starting.
that's what I was thinking the other day about Mustang. They're going to be hybrid. They're talking about a Mustang.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And F-150.
You need heritage. You need heritage, otherwise it all becomes too confusing. BMWs have to have the Hofmeister kink or whatever. Not Hofmeister, that's a beer.
It is a beer.
Hoffman, you know what's it called? That kink in the C-pillar. They have
What
to
was it
have.
called? You've made me think of Hofmeister.
It isn't Hofmeister, but it's something like
Wasn't
that.
that Follow
Somebody
the
can
Bear?
tell us.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it
the
was.
all BMWs have that kink. It doesn't matter whether it's an i3, it doesn't matter what it is, they have that kink. It's heritage, it's just...
It's a styling cue.
It's a styling cue. And all cars... I mean, this is where I think Jaguar's gone a bit wrong, is they've just
Thrown it
completely
all away.
detached themselves
Yeah, they
from their
have.
past, and it's a mistake.
Because that was a valuable thing. It had
Yeah.
a value.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put snow tyres on your on the GTR here.
I'd rather go in
gas.
slicks. I'm going in slicks, okay?
Look how good that car looks in
Let's
profile.
put the snow tyres on just
Never
for...
looks
No,
good.
it doesn't
It
look
doesn't look
good.
good.
It
James.
does. That shape
No,
towards the back
it's
is
not a good-looking
fabulous.
car.
It is.
No, it isn't a good-looking car.
It
I
is.
can't
Install
lie.
It's a good car. But
It's a
not good
very
looking.
good car. It's an outrageously good car.
But not a good-looking car.
Why have none of the three of us ever owned a GTR?
I don't know.
I don't know. I've been
It is
very
weird.
tempted. 'cause
I've been seriously tempted.
Or Subaru Impreza.
yeah, I've been very tempted by
No,
all
never
of
been
those.
tempted.
as well.
I'm
I'd be
tempted
tempted
by
by a
an
Subaru
Impreza.
Impreza.
No, those things do. They do. I do sometimes look at them. You occasionally see one and think, why have I not got one of those?
But they are extraordinarily good, aren't they?
Yeah,
And you
really
can
good.
just-
An extraordinarily good value. as well,
And what I really like, because I have a friend who's a girl, who has no interest in cars at all. I mean, just literally none. And I picked her up in one of, and every single car I've ever given her a lift anywhere in, she will always go, "This is disgusting. What is this? Disgusting." Everything is always disgusting if it isn't a broken old Subaru. And she got it, never commented on it,
Which means
which means it isn't disgusting.
GTR.
Yeah, it was just,
Interesting.
as far as she was concerned, it was just an car.
I'm going to be brilliant at this.
Right, here we are.
What
So
is
we
this?
So honestly, suddenly I realised.
you feel at home now, right?
No, I'm just going to be brilliant at it.
So we're on Blizzard Mountain. Now, actually, the results of the poll are in, and 41% of our viewers have decided that Jeremy is going to be first to drive on Blizzard Mountain.
32% went
So-
for Richard, even though he was the slowest. James, you only got 27%.
So I think what we're going to do
Who's
here...
going
Oh, that's
first?
the order we go in.
Good. Well, Jeremy, you
Drive
have to go
first.
I'm
with
gonna
what
give
the
you-
people want. They also said, Jeremy, would you drive it whilst facing the other way?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm going
And
to
then
give
he
you...
uses the
it says,
force, Luke.
what does it say? Put bucket on head. Oh, no, bucket list.
Because James
Right,
and I
head to
tried
the
to
bucket
read that
list
is
when pigs
oh,
fly.
actually in you.
much better either, I know.
Right, I'm going to try and queue up this bucket list.
This
when
is all,
pigs
this
fly.
is
I
part of video
assume-
gaming. When you go around to a friend's house, they say, "Oh, I've got the new game." What you actually then do is spend an hour while they do
Fiddle about
this.
with
Yes.
And there's a lot of while I play with my son while he's choosing
hang
what
on a
guns
minute.
he wants and what features he wants on the guns in Call of Duty. Will you just? It doesn't make any difference.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to find out where this bucket list challenge is. Talk amongst yourselves, gent. Right, it's middle left near the forest. Okay, near the
You could
forest.
have carried. You didn't have to read that out. You could have just carried that out. That was an instruction.
I
You could have just
know,
said,
I know.
"I think it
I'm
might be
panicking.
middle left."
Bucket list. There was bucket list.
Middle
just
of
there.
yeah, he knows.
Yeah, we'll
Blue
go for
one.
that one.
Bucket
Yeah.
list blue print.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try it.
You did
be
an
that one.
Anchorman then.
be
You
that
read
one.
out exactly what was on the screen.
Listen,
We're
don't
getting
tell
some
me.
really
Burgundy.
specific instructions here. Hold on, let me give you
Yeah.
another car
Stop reading
challenge.
what's on the screen. Oh,
They did that to me once, and it worked.
yeah, of course it does.
I was doing a show last time, a kids show, and at the end, I'm on because I had to have prompt so much words. And on the end, they put a question mark after my name, and I did go, "I'm Richard Hammond." Oh, and you've done it, and it worked.
What you just?
I did a full Ron Burgundy Anchorman, read exactly what was on the autoprompt.
I'm Richard Hammond.
I think we've got it. I think we've got it.
This car's
Right.
got.
This doesn't look
So
very
this-
good.
this is
I
all
hate to
going
say this, you're
terribly
making
wrong
a
now, right? We're gonna turn
terrible
around
mess
here.
of it.
Right, Jeremy, take this from me quickly because I'm making a mess of this.
Well, that's
right, I'm
gonna
going to give you
make it
another.
better,
Sorry about that, everyone. Right, another face-off here. Right, I want to.
What is this? Me just setting a time now?
So follow the blue line on the sat nav, and it's
Yeah.
going to take you to this
Whoa,
patch.
okay.
Recognise one of them?
Yeah, we've just been driving, haven't
You'll get to drive one in a second. So, and funnily enough, it features in this next showdown. So the choices are, in honour of today's edition of the Grand Tour, the Excellent
No.
Versus-
Anything else, whatever else.
the Warthog.
we? What Warthog?
What, the army Warthog?
Yeah, well, not the plane, not the
No, no,
A10.
the Warthog military vehicle, you mean?
Well, the Halo Warthog. You know the video game Halo?
Yeah, I
obviously.
was playing it this morning.
That
So,
Warthog.
so in Forza Horizon
Could have been
3,
whatever. It could have been either his car or a plate of what comes out of a dog.
Yes.
Might have had the latter.
The Excellent or Piles? It's not going to be a difficult one.
no, it's piles.
I don't know, it had a certain appeal to it.
That was a Fiat 500 about to.
So the Warthog is a 2554 AMG Transport Dynamics
Oh yeah, that was a
M12S
huge accident.
Warthog
Oh,
CST.
that Warthog?
Yeah.
Right.
We'll get a
you
shot of it
just
in a
You mean
minute.
an A10 tank buster is a Warthog as well, as James
It-
would
I mean,
have
it-
knows full well.
It's
Yeah,
What do you
similar
mean
to
an
that.
actual
A
water?
Warthog is a Warthog.
Not riding on the back of an actual Warthog, no. We'll
I'd
get a
rather
chance to
do
drive
that.
it in a minute. I
Can
mean,
I
of
go
course,
for a
it'll be the
wee-wee?
civilian version without the machine
No,
gun on the
James,
back.
we're live and
We can have a shot
Just
of it.
do it in your
Streaming to an
Conti
audience
panties,
that are
that's what I've
watching,
been
yeah.
doing.
So I think we should have a drive of the Warthog first, and then you can decide whether it's better than the Excellent.
No, I can decide right now it's better.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's better.
Very good. All right, so while we're getting there, oh, here we are. Was that the one? No, keep going. It's just coming in here.
So what is this challenge?
Right, that's
Not
it
to
there.
hit
There's
that
the Warthog
car.
there. So hang a UE, and back you go.
Yep, this is
There it
exactly
is,
like
there it
watching
is.
Jeremy drive in real life.
No, it's in there, into the left.
Where?
Very
Back up.
insistent, isn't he?
Isn't he?
Use the handbrake.
Get the handbrake on.
It's the
Pull the
A
UE all the way around.
Put the handbrake and you will spin wild. There you go. Oh, I was hoping for
Which
that.
is
So
the
back
handbrake?
the way you
A
came.
button.
Yeah, which is the handbrake?
Hey,
Yeah,
Green
green
A.
button.
What?
the green A button.
That's it. And just go over the hill. It's fine.
Oh, what am I doing? Just driving about?
No. Shall I get us there?
Just
Shall
tell
I
me
get
what,
us there?
If you use words to communicate what...
Follow the blue line to the destination. So
I'm
turn
on a
around.
pink road.
Blue line on the... Oh, we could go this way. We could go this way. Yep. Yep. Oh,
That's nicely handled.
yeah, but the wrong
But it's
way.
the wrong way.
Yeah, but
Come
what
on,
do you-
let me get us there
Look,
quickly
it's on
because I
the
really
map
want
in
us
the
to do
bottom.
this
Yeah,
challenge.
there you
It's
go.
good
That
fun.
was it, that was
You
it.
get to drive a world.
I'm going back up now.
Yeah.
Map in
that's
the
it.
bottom corner is what you follow. There you go.
Right, so here's another, because we're running out of time now, so here's one last car showdown for you, right? The Aston Martin DB11.
Yes,
The other
that.
one.
No, that.
Well,
Hellcat.
it's funny you say that, because it is the Hellcat.
Yes,
Did you know I was going to say that?
No, because we drove them together
Oh,
on
of
the show.
course,
And
yeah,
I love
fine.
the Hellcat.
I haven't actually
It was-
driven the DB11, but it still gets my vote.
It was glorious.
On issues of decency.
Oh, I'm sorry to have to say this. That was pretty good.
That was
You
nice.
bogged down.
Right,
That
so
was
just
a
slow
drift. That
down,
was just a stop.
hang a right.
Wheel spin.
Now there's a big mad loop, see, straight ahead.
There it
Drive
is.
up next to that
Oh.
thing,
There.
and
have to
then
get out of
press
one
the
and
blue sign, right, and press green. So
Explode.
this is called When Pigs Fly, and you're going to have to take this warthog off a big, I guess, a snow jump.
Oh, you're in the Warthog now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, the
This is
warthog.
the warthog we were talking about.
So I thought you meant racing against the Warthog.
It was meant to be a fluid lead in.
Do you know,
He was
the
thinking
thing
about
is,
something else.
everybody who started watching this now has children of their own.
How's your life
Whole
been?
new games have
Yeah.
been invented. What am I doing? Just driving about?
So follow the blue line again. And
Which is-
oh god, yeah, oh god, it's an interesting blue line now, isn't it?
There it is.
There it is.
Right, so back around that way. And then, oh yeah, so once you go up the hill, back around.
Not through the fence and into the tree.
Oh, this
Well,
is tricky because it's got a quick.
No, I don't
Tight
understand
time
what
on
we're
it.
doing now. I'm losing.
I think we're going to do
Right.
a big jump.
Right.
Shall
You
I have a
failed
wee,
to be, yeah, I
let me
don't,
have a
because
wee
I'm
pop
not
first,
quite
right?
sure what we're doing.
Yeah. So it's
been from the start.
it's a-
You're in the Warthog. I'm very confident.
He's in a
of that.
Warthog.
Yeah, we're confident I'm in an A10 tank buster.
I'm
Yeah.
going to pretend like I know exactly what we're doing here, but it's the
Are you
first
good
time
at
I've had a
this?
pop at this one as well.
Okay, this
well,
is me.
we're about to
For a
find out.
cheap car that can be modified
It's okay.
heavily for track days. Anyone got any suggestions for Phil 3?
Track days.
Citroen Saxo.
Oh, yeah, actually, if you're in the UK, I would go Saxo.
There you have.
Or a BMW 320, actually.
Yes,
Yes.
Not
yes,
a
we've
bad
had some
idea.
experiences with those.
6 cylinders, pretty good.
Okay, here we go. So it's a
Hang
bit
on,
of
we
a
go,
tricky.
we go.
He's jump away.
He's actually flying! I've never been so excited in my life!
Got a bubble hat on.
The view is amazing.
Oh, I landed it as well. What?
You failed to beat something or other.
I don't know.
Okay, right. So you know where you're going now, right?
No, I was looking at questions.
No, I wasn't.
So
paying
as soon as it starts off, you need to hang a hard right
Yes.
to follow that line, and then through the trees, off the jump.
Yeah.
Follow the blue
You'll be
line
able
and
to
then
beat
just
me.
give it the berries when you get to the jump.
So hard right. Don't go down there. Yeah, it's round the back of there.
Yeah, but not through the...
Okay.
Oh, some
you just-
directional
Hard
issues
right
going
again,
on here,
or
aren't
left.
Oh, which
That's
way?
it. Follow that blue line.
Do you know the
On
blue
the-
line?
on
there?
the-
That's where I started
Oh,
from.
sorry. There's too many blue lines here.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's rubbish.
What you're actually on about, you
Right.
just took...
Head back
got
up,
that-
back to the
Yeah,
left.
wait.
What?
I'd
What
be
do you
such a
mean
bad
back
sat
up?
nav, wouldn't I? Back up the hill. That's it. Right.
Right, there you
Straight
go.
on. Oh.
What do you want me to do? Sit
I'll
up the
straight-
hill?
Up the
and
hill.
then left.
Take a left.
Failed.
You've already...
So I think
James, you want to go?
I think we've probably covered it now. No, you have a go. I think we've probably covered it because you don't know. There's blue lines everywhere on the screen, and you go no left, hard right.
I'm doing my best.
So what do I do?
Tom will not be getting in touch with me for.
Follow the blue
voiceover.
line.
Yeah, but
Right
the blue
at the
line.
jump.
Just to warn you.
Go
Right,
over
now,
there.
let's take it
all
six.
I'm gonna do.
Right, we can do this. We can do this
This
together.
is the
Right?
longest I've ever gone without.
Hard right.
Yeah, that's what I did. And
Okay.
then
See
you'll
the
go
blue
in
line. See the blue chevrons.
Oh,
on the road?
yeah,
Right, that's
there
the
it
ones
is.
you want to shoot. So now just follow.
Yes, he's done
that
it.
line.
Well done,
It takes
Hammond.
you off road.
Do I go to the
so
right?
Don't let that. Yeah.
Yes,
go
we're
right.
the
Follow the
Braking
blue
when
line.
it's
Yeah?
yellow.
Right. And then through these trees. I think you can plough straight through these trees. And there's a jump. There's a jump. Let's see what you do.
Let's give it the berries. Come on. Whoa.
I'm going into space!
Hey!
That's brilliant.
Hammond is in space.
Oh, he's landed it. Ah.
No.
All right, so it's my turn
I
to
don't know how
fail.
fast we need to get over there.
Million.
Right, come on then, Mr. May. Let's see what you've got. So I think this is going to be the final challenge of our stream. So
Retry?
it's all on
I
this.
can retry, can't I? Why doesn't
Was
it
it like
just
this
start
when you
you
were
on
in
the
LA,
blue
Hammond?
line?
Or not?
Bit.
Yeah.
But we had a proper steering wheel, which
Because these two went and did this. They've had practice, frankly, at this.
It says failed, I haven't even started.
No, you're still going.
Just got failed.
Oh, you're still going. You're
It's
fine.
a personal judgment.
There you
Right,
go.
so,
Okay,
right
you
there
get
is-
further to the right.
Time's running out.
Because you get more of a runner.
I don't want to pressure you, but you've only got 14 seconds left.
Oh, okay, right.
Did we actually drop off air
Internet
at 14
time.
seconds
Then
from
the
now?
satellite.
No, sorry, in the game. Don't worry.
Oh,
Just
right,
keep
I
your
see.
foot hard down. Don't ignore the
but-
braking. Just keep clicking. 5 horsepower finger.
This is it.
James
There
May.
we go, right.
He's going to be the only one to do it. He might. He might.
That's
Do we have time for one more go? Do we have one more go? Can James have another go?
Time.
Yes.
Did I
Yeah, you
run
did.
out?
Yeah, it's on like a 30
Well, why-
second time.
why
We've
is there
got-
a time limit?
Press green. You've got time for another go. Come on, one last
There
shot
has
of
to be
this.
some pressure, you dawdling oaf.
It really is cracking.
Yeah, that first bit
But he
goes.
had
Slid off
about, he had
the
about
edge
half an hour.
That's
Because
why
he
you've
had
only got
7
10
goes.
seconds.
Oh, I see, because he had so many goes. Right, got it.
Right, so get this first bit out of the way quick, and then. Right, that's
So-
it. That's it.
Like your work.
Go, go,
Right,
go,
hit that-
go,
hit
go,
that blue
go,
light.
go, and then left.
Right, get some throttle on there now.
You've got to just hand the throttle wide open now, all the way. Slight lift there, and then on it.
It's going to run out of time.
Here it is. No, you're good. You're
Trees,
good.
demolish.
Straight
demolish.
through.
Doesn't matter.
Let's do this.
This is
Doesn't
it, you're going to do it,
doesn't
James.
matter,
It's the
matter,
best
doesn't
thing you've
matter.
ever done.
Look
Literally.
at that.
Made it.
James
Look at all that
May's
time left as
jumping.
well.
Oh, he's just not good.
Well,
That
it's
landed
close.
exactly where yours did, didn't
No,
And
he
on
cleared
that-
that rock. He cleared the rock.
Cleared the rock, indeed.
He did.
There we go. We're out of time now. I mean, actually, that last go took us over time a little bit, but it's fine.
That's a shame. I was
I
about to be
think,
brilliant.
I don't know. I think I maybe had the biggest jump there, but let's not dwell
Yes,
on
you
the
did.
detail.
Yeah, but you work here.
Yeah, no, that's not
Fair.
That's a good point.
Let's not get bogged
All right.
down with who jumped the
Works well.
furthest.
Gents, it's been an absolute pleasure.
been a
joy.
Seriously,
Thank
that's
you
been
very
a great
much.
laugh. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching us. As I say, thanks to Jeremy, Richard, and James for joining us. Don't forget the Grand Tour is streaming now on Amazon Instant Video. New episodes up today in Stuttgart, which is great.
Yes.
So make sure you check that out. And hopefully you'll do even better than us on the Grand Tour Rivals event in Forza Horizon 3. It's live right now. Just get into Rivals mode, into monthly Rivals events, and you'll be able to play that.
Everything he said.
Yeah, and there you go. Any last words from you, gentlemen?
What? Oh, sorry. Hang on a minute. Thank you very much for having us, and enjoy.
Yes, play
Yes.
this. It's brilliant.
And I hope you've got some new driving skills, having watched us.
I'm sure
Yes.
they do. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. We'll see you on Xbox Live very soon.
Bye-bye.
Cheers now.
Bye now.
That's a lot.